Hello and welcome to episode 82, I believe, of the Graceful Tangle podcast. I'm Amy Kate and I'm so excited to be back with you guys this week to share all of my works in progress and future designs and just to be able to talk with you guys. I enjoy this time of the week so much and I hope that you're going to enjoy watching. First, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and then click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future videos. And then also don't forget to check out the description box below. There's so much information down there, including show notes for this episode. You can find the link to those and you'll be directed to my blog or website. And then also all of my social media platforms, some things I'm going to be chatting about today, and then my pattern shops. So yeah, lots of information down there. Once again, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I'm excited to hop into it. And today is December 5th, Sunday, December 5th. I cannot believe we're in December. It's mind-boggling to me that this year is almost over. It's just so strange to look at the date and see like 12 as the month and know that it's the last month of the year. It's just, I feel like 2021 has been a really big year, but a really quick year too. I don't know. Part of me feels like it's gone on forever, but at the same time, I feel like January 1st was yesterday. I don't know. It's just so weird. Time is so weird. But anyways, I have lots and lots to share with you guys today. I do not have any finished objects this week. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it with quite a few works in progress. Alrighty, I have made a good bit of progress on multiple projects this week, which is really exciting. First up is my vanilla twist cowl. So I have not made a ton of progress on this, but I've made a decent amount and I'm really excited to have it done. I think it's going to be a really good little accessory for the winter season. So, which currently, just to put this out there, it is currently like 70 degrees here in Alabama, which is crazy. It's going to cool back down and then it'll warm up again, which is basically how Alabama works. But yeah, it's so weird to walk outside in December and it felt like spring. So strange. Anyway, so here is the vanilla twist cowl so far. So this is one of my own patterns. I designed it in August of 2020, so it's a pretty old pattern, but I'm making a second sample. I'll probably give the pattern a little bit of an update in a few weeks or something like that. But anyway, here's what it currently looks like. So this is a really simple cowl. You start off with a provisional cast on, but if you prefer not to do a provisional cast on, that's totally fine. There's instructions in the pattern for how to omit that. Personally, I really like the way that it looks, and it's not that tricky in my opinion either. So anyway, start off with a provisional cast on and then literally just knit until it's like 27 inches long, and then you kitchener the two ends together to result in a invisible seam. So yeah, it's a really simple pattern. It was definitely my intent when designing it. It's kind of like a substitute for sock knitting, or in addition in my case now, but anyway, I really love it. I'm holding 2 strands of finger weight yarn together, which is how the pattern is designed to be, but you could also just use 1 strand of worsted or bulky or like a DK and mohair held together. I think would really be beautiful. So anyway, this is a great Christmas gift idea if you are still looking for those last minute gifts. I think this is a really fun idea, especially if it's for somebody who, you know, really likes cowls or little warm accessories. Yeah, and like a super mindless too. I could go on and on about this pattern and so many others that aren't mine, of course, just about how it's so awesome to have like a mindless pattern. I'm finding that that's definitely what I enjoy working on the absolute most, so it's what I've been gravitating toward lately. But anyway, all of that to say, the yarn that I am using is Hobie Evergreen. I have caked up my 2 balls together just because it was so much easier that way and less to manage. But I love these 2 colors. I think they are so beautiful. So you can check out this yarn on the Hobie website. It's 100% wool, not scratchy in my opinion. It's definitely, you know, woolly, like it's very warm, but it's super lightweight, really easy to knit with, not uncomfortable at all, again, in my opinion. If you're really sensitive to wool, it might not be your thing. You might prefer something, you know, like maybe a merino, because it's definitely softer, or even something along the lines of an acrylic or cotton. But anyway, I really love this yarn, so I'm excited to be able to use it, and I really love these 2 colorways together. I think it's so beautiful, and it's definitely picking up color accurate on the camera. I'm excited. It's going to match my coat too, which is really nice. Yeah, I'm excited. It's a good project. I've enjoyed working on it. Alrighty, it is still in my fall bag. This is like my last, I guess technically I'm working on one other thing maybe from like really fall, but anyway, I'm just going to leave it in this bag until it's done because it holds it really nicely and I love this bag. This is one that I made, I think last year, I believe. Anyway, I really enjoy that bag. Okay, next work in progress. Let's see. Alright, this is another old one that I've made. So much progress on it this week, and it is incredibly exciting. So, this stuffed bag, which by the way, I really like this bag. It's from She Reads Truth, which is a like Christian devotional company, I guess would be the best way to describe it. I really love following them across social media, but I don't even know where I got this, but my dad gave it to me, and I don't know where he got it, but I really like it, and it's a great project bag, and very, like, lightweight. Anyway, that is not the point of this story, is it? So, I am working on the quilted sweater coat, which is a pattern by Two of Wands, and I adore this pattern. I have loved it ever since she first released it. When the Hue and Me yarn line launched with Lion Brand yarn, which by the way, I'm still itching to try that yarn, but I haven't done it yet. Tisk tisk. Anyway, so I have been working on this for quite a while now. I started it earlier in the fall season, and I just had to put it aside because I was working on it too many things at once. But I am determined to get it done because it is just going to be the most perfect handmade addition to my wardrobe. And I want to wear it so bad because it's so cozy and so cute. It's going to be perfectly oversized, which is so my style. Yeah, so here is the back panel. I finished it quite a while ago, so it has been done. This pattern features the bubble stitch, which I adore. I absolutely love it. It's so simple to knit, so mindless. Yeah, I really, really love this stitch. So here's the back panel. It is completely finished. It has been for quite a while, and you can tell that it's going to be like a generous 2, maybe 3 inches on either side of my shoulders, which is my preferred amount. I'm really excited about that. So there's the back panel. And then last week, I believe I had the right front panel done. I'm not sure. Whichever one is listed first in the pattern is what I had done. I think it's the right front. It's also pretty hard to tell which is which. So there's decreases for the shaping, for the front shaping. And it looks like, can I even tell quickly? I'm not quite sure I can. It must be on this side because I don't... Yes, okay, so here's the decreases. This is the left front panel. It looks wonky right now because the ends are curling in because this is mostly stockinette, but that's okay and to be expected. And then also pockets. How cute are the pockets? I love the pockets. They're so fun. So yeah, there's the left front panel. And then I have also finished the right front panel. I did the entirety of it this week. I know you really can't see this, and I apologize for that. I'm really trying to get this done as soon as possible because it is a pain to share because it's all worked separately and then seamed together, which is fine. I will admit that it's not my preferred construction, but it's also totally okay, and it works well with this pattern. So anyway, there's all the body pieces are now done. That is the point of this conversation. That's what I'm trying to get across. But I have also finished the first sleeve. So it is also worked flat. So I will be seaming it all along the underarm here, which it's going to fit so perfectly. I am obsessed. So sleeve number 1 is done. I am currently working on sleeve number 2, and I'm not that far into it, obviously. I just have the first, the cuff and the first round of bubble stitches done. So I have a good ways to go on this. There's also more stitches for the sleeves than there is for the front panel, which is kind of crazy to think about, but it's common for this type of construction, I think. So anyway, they actually take me a little bit longer than the front panels did, I think, but I really love working on it. I will say, and this kind of goes to like the mindless project thing that I was talking about a minute ago, I have found that I really, really love, like, just not necessarily mindless, but I don't know, just like simple projects where like the yarn can shine and you can just really enjoy the process. I am loving this project very much. but I will say that it's not easy to take places. Like I have to be looking at the pattern the entire time. So it's not really easy to take outside of the house or even like out of my room, honestly, unless I take my computer with me, which is, you know, totally fine. But I've just discovered that it's not like my preferred way to knit and work on projects or designs, and the like. So anyway, just to kind of note, it's not a mindless project in my opinion, but it's also not difficult, and I think that's important to note too. You just have to be looking at the pattern, which again, it's totally okay. So I absolutely love this project. I'm really looking forward to having it done because I'm going to love wearing it. So all I have to do is finish the second sleeve, seam the entire thing together, which is going to be a feat in itself. I'm not not lying, not super excited about that part, but it'll be okay. And then I will knit the collar. It has a really nice big 1x1 ribbed collar, which I'm really excited about. I love the way that it looks. So yeah, I'm excited about this project. It's moving right along. Definitely still have a ways to go, but again, for like the 10th time now, I'm really excited about it. Really quickly, the yarn that I'm using is Knit Picks Brava Bulky in the colorway Seraphim. This is one of my favorite colors of Brava Bulky ever. I actually have some more Brava Bulky on the way that I'm going to be using for a Christmas themed sweater, which I'm really excited about. So anyway, working on quite a few things right now, so I'm hoping to get this done soon. I'm excited about it. Okay, let's see. Am I working on any other projects? Yes, okay. So this has yarn scraps attached to the back, of course, because that is my life right now. So it is Advent season. If you aren't familiar, a very common thing in the knitting world is a yarny advent calendar, which advent calendars are popular everywhere right now, but yarn advent calendars, you basically open a little mini skein, a little ball of yarn, or a little skein of yarn every day leading up to Christmas. It's really exciting. I've kind of always wanted to do it. I just never have gotten the opportunity or purchased one before. But this year, Eden, my friend from Canada, she is so special. Her channel is Crafting Crank and Made, so definitely be sure to check it out if you haven't already. But we decided to swap advent calendars this year. So we just took yarn that we had from our scraps or our stash, and we packaged them individually and then shipped them to each other. I still cannot express how grateful I am that hers arrived safely. Funny quick story. She sent me a really sweet package earlier this year, and I tried to send her like a thank you note in the mail. And like I thought I did it all right. I thought I put all the right postage because, you know, I'm shipping from Alabama in the U.S. and it's going all the way up to Canada, which is like, you know, a pretty big deal, I guess. And it came back to me and it looked like it had gotten run over like 3 times. It was so dirty. The envelope was it was ridiculous. So I was paranoid that the package was not going to arrive safely, but it did, and I'm very happy about that. But all of that to say, we swapped advent calendars, and so I am working on an advent project this year, and it has been so nice already, and it's only been 4 days. I'm on day 5 right now, and here is what it currently looks like. So I am making a corner to corner granny square blanket. My plan is to you know, like increase for the first 12 days and then decrease for the second 12, 24 total. And here's what it looks like so far. So the yellow is day 1. This really pretty like pink and brown variegated yarn is day 2. This light purple one, speckly one is day 3. And then this brown was yesterday, day 4. You can see that my stripes are getting narrower and narrower because there's more and more stitches going across. So, you know, it takes more yarn to complete one row, which I really like the look of that. It's something that I, you know, went into this project expecting, so I am like, you know, by no means mad about it or anything. I did decide to place, 2 big things I decided to do with this project. First, I'm doing full rows with each color, and basically what I mean by that is even if I have a little bit of yarn left, so let me see if I have, okay, here we go. So for yesterday, I have this much yarn left. So instead of using every single bit of yarn and just crocheting until I run out, I am ending at the end of the row. And I don't know how to say that in a way that makes sense. But like, for example, I did 6 rows yesterday, and then I realized that I wasn't going to have enough yarn to do a 7th row, a full 7th row. So I decided to stop at 6, and that's what I'm doing for every color. I just knew I would prefer the way that that looked. And then also I am adding a 1 row of just a gray fingering weight. So I'm using Knit Pick Stroll in the colorway Dove Heather, and I'm just putting 1 little stripe of gray in between each color, and I really like the way that it looks. It's kind of framing each color to better differentiate between them. All of the colorways are very different so far from each other, so you know, there's not like 2 yellows touching or anything like that. But I just think it, you know, framing it with the gray kind of gives it a better chance to shine, in my opinion. And yeah, I really, really love the way that it looks. It has been so nice to work on just a little bit each day, and to open up the little bitty package every single day is so incredibly exciting, and I am loving it so much. I will be using the gray to do a full border around the entire blanket once it's done. I have quite a few skeins of this gray, so I'm not sure if I'll just like make a really wide border and use multiple skeins, or if I'll just do like 1 or 2 rounds. I haven't decided yet. Kind of depends on the finished size before the border, I think. But yeah, and then it's going to go on this chair when it's all done. I kind of wanted to have a handmade blanket to just throw on this chair in my room, and I thought this would be the perfect thing. So I'm really excited about it. It's going great. I am using a blog post by Fiberflux to make this. Not really using a pattern, I'm just kind of using her little technique tutorial, and that's about it. I'm also using a 4.5mm crochet hook, and that's a little bit larger than I typically would for fingering weight, but I absolutely love the gauge. Like, it's very drapey, very open and airy, and that's exactly what I wanted going into this project. However, possibly the bigger reason I'm using my 4.5mm hook is because it is my Clover or More hook. This is my absolute favorite hook. I've heard about these hooks forever. Ever since I started crocheting and just doing some more research, I like very quickly realized that these hooks were like everybody's favorite. If you like this type of hook head, which not everybody does, but if you do, this will most likely become your favorite hook. Definitely happened to me. I am now on the lookout to purchase my own set. I actually posted about it on Instagram in my stories earlier this week and got many replies from everybody, you know, just offering me advice, and I am so appreciative to every single one of you. And so now I'm waiting for like a 60% off 1 item coupon from like Joann's or Michael's, and I will purchase it, because the set, you know, first price is pretty expensive. And it's not that I don't think it's worth it, it's just I already have plenty of crochet hooks, so, you know, I don't really need a whole nother set. I just really love these hooks. So if I can get it for like, you know, $30 or somewhere around there, I am going to snatch it up. So anyways, I absolutely love this hook, and I absolutely love this project, and I'm really excited to keep working on it. Here is day 5. I haven't wound it up yet, but isn't that so pretty? It's purples and blues. It actually looks really cute with my shirt that I'm wearing too. Anyways, I'm loving this project. It's been so fun to work on, and I cannot wait to continue working on it and watching it grow. It's also going to be pretty simple to take this when we go out of town in a little while later this month. We're either going to go on like 2 trips and combine them, or 2 separate trips. It's definitely still up in the air right now, but I am really excited that this is going to be easy to take with me, because I was a little bit worried about that. Just whacked myself in the face. Anyways, I love this. I'm so excited about it, and it is going great. Okay, that is it for all of my works in progress that aren't designs. I am working on 3 exciting designs right now that I'm very excited to show you, so let's go ahead and hop into that. Okay, design number 1 is my crochet pullover design that I am currently working on. So this is in collaboration with Hobbii. I'm using 2 of their yarns, and let me show you those first so that I don't forget. So I'm combining Hobbii Fluffy Day, which is a 100% premium brushed acrylic yarn with a couple of dried leaves on it, of course. 100% premium brushed acrylic. It is a worsted weight, and I'm just using this really pretty gray. Very color accurate there as well. And then I'm combining that with Diablo glitter And this is the colorway number 14. It's a really pretty like rose gold color. It's like hands down one of my all-time favorite colors, and I'm very, very excited to be holding both of these together and using them. Now, I wanted to mention how they both feel because I've gotten a lot of questions just via Instagram and YouTube, etc. All the places, lots of questions about this. So, on their own, I would not say that either of these yarns are like super, super soft. Now, neither of them are itchy in my opinion. It's just I've felt softer yarns, I guess. So I'm very excited to be combining them and using a loose gauge because that is kind of making them softer, making them more drapey, and I think that really helps. So anyway, I'm holding them double. I will also say that I myself would not use Diablo Glitter by itself. It's a very, very tiny yarn. I believe it's, categorized as a 0 or lace weight yarn, and it is very thin. So I myself would not use it on its own. I think it would really be really beautiful to combine with a fingering weight for a pair of socks, or something like that requires a fingering and something like a mohair. I think this would be a great mohair substitute. Or combining it with like a worsted or bulky and making a really squishy sweater. So that's just my personal preference. You can use whatever yarn you want, however you want. Like, do not let me tell you what to do, of course. But just giving my personal advice, I really like the two together, and I wouldn't use this one on its own. I would use this one on its own. I would just be prepared to possibly have a little bit of hard time seeing your stitches, depending on what you're making. I haven't used it on its own. I'm planning on it. I actually have a pink in my stash that I'm going to be making a beanie with, so I will keep you updated on that. But yeah, just some little advice there. Okay, so this pullover is almost done, and I'm so excited about it. So here is what it currently looks like. I want to show you the front because it is, there we go. Okay, so here is what it currently looks like. It's been in this project bag all morning, and apparently it already has a little fold there, but anyway, so this, and it's not a cardigan, it is a pullover. Let's clear that up. This pullover features a split hem down at the bottom, which I really love the way that it looks. It's slightly longer in the back than it is in the front, which is a design that I've been wanting to nail for quite a long time, and I messed up on a design in the past, but this one I succeeded, and it is very exciting. And then I also have one sleeve done, and these sleeves feature a little bit of a slimmer fit. They're not tight. They have about 1 to 2 inches of positive ease, and I love the way that they look. I love the way they fit. I'm really excited to wear this and finish it up. I'm going to be making the second sleeve, which is all I have left, and then I will block it, and then stay tuned for a tester call and all of those fun things, because it's coming. It is coming. Now, a couple of things that I did. So I finished up the body, seamed it all together, and I realized the neck was a little bit wide. So I kind of seeked out help from Instagram to, kind of see what you guys thought, and if you liked the wide neck, or if you think it should be fitted closer, maybe seam a couple more stitches. And somebody reached out and said that she thought I should do a 1 round border, and that's exactly what I did. And it's absolutely perfect now. I love it. It gave it such a beautiful finish. So thank you so much, Miss Dana, if you are watching this, because that was the exact advice I needed to take. I was pondering the idea of doing that for the hem, but I was going to leave it out for the collar, and I don't know why I thought that, but I'm really glad that I decided to change it because it is so much better now. And then I also went back to the hem and did the same thing all the way around the split hem and the base, and I think it looks so much better. It needs a good blocking, so any curling and stuff like that that's happening will not happen once it's blocked, of course, but I'm really glad that I decided to go back and add that row. I think it helped. I was kind of having an issue with it like sticking out weird, and that's not an issue anymore, so I'm really glad that I made that change. And then once again, I'm doing it for the sleeves as well. So I don't know if you can see that, but there's just 1 round of single crochet after the pattern. And yeah, I love it. I love this thing so much. It's so squishy and cozy. It's going to be the perfect sweater to just throw on over leggings, because that's what I live in nowadays. And it's perfect. And yeah, I love the length as well. I also wanted to mention that it's long enough to wear with leggings, in my opinion. of course, you know, do whatever makes you the most comfortable. You could easily make this longer. You can make it shorter if you wanted to wear something higher waisted. You know, always do what makes you the most comfortable. But in my opinion, this is a great sweater length. Oh, yes, it is a good sweater length. It's a good length for leggings as well. And that's another reason why I wanted to make the back a little bit shorter to cover more in the area. But I'm really excited about this. It's going great. I'm super excited to finish it. Yeah, it's almost done. It will definitely be done next week. I'm actually hoping to have a few things done by next week. I was like so close to being able to finish quite a bit. But I didn't quite get there, obviously. I have one sleeve left on this, most of the second sleeve done on my other cardigan, but I have almost the entire week off of work this week, which is crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna have, and only one class to manage right now for school, so I am gonna have lots of time to knit and crochet, which is very, very exciting. So anyway, little tangent there, but that is the first design that I'm working on. Okay, second design is another sweater. So I shared this last week and I was just barely getting started. I still have not made a ton of progress, but I did finish the first ball, which is always a fun accomplishment. So this is a bulky weight knit sweater. Very cozy, very oversized. This is kind of, I'm hoping to have 2 cozy Christmas sweaters this year. This is the first one and it's knit. And I'm using green yarn. And I say Christmas, you know, just like a festive winter season sweaters. I will wear these past Christmas, both of them, most likely, especially this one. Yeah, anyway, so it's a really pretty green. I have this fun progress keeper that I made, and it jangles, which is kind of hilarious. It makes me laugh. But anyway, so, yes, here's what it looks like so far. It's bottom up. I know it doesn't look like much right now, and it's not going to until I finish the body. Let's just be quite honest. But it is very mindless. Just lots and lots of stockinette, which I am not complaining about. I am using my Knit Picks Majestic needles, Majestic 4 square, and they're so comfortable. They're a square shape, which I know that you can't really tell on camera, but they're very, very comfortable to knit with. So I'm having a blast working on this. And then the yarn that I am using is Barocco Comfort Chunky. This is 50% superfine nylon, 50% superfine acrylic. So it's a really fun blend. Very, very, very soft. And it's also a little bit of a different ply. It's kind of a mix between woven and spun. So I think it's going to last a really long time. And I don't foresee it pilling. I could be wrong. I will keep you updated. But I don't see any pilling happening. And that makes me very excited. I think it's going to be a great, great sweater. So stay tuned for more updates on this project. It's kind of slow going right now. Just, you know, lots of stockinette. But it's very exciting. And I am enjoying it thoroughly. Alrighty, one more design to talk about. Oh, by the way, I'm using size 10.5 needles for this, if you're curious. So, size 10.5, it gave me the perfect gauge. So yeah, just wanted to mention that if you are curious. Okay, one more design I'm working on, and it is in this bag, which is so special. A very, very kind viewer gave this to me earlier this year, and it is now the Christmas season, so I can use it. And I love it so much. It's just candy cane, so I suppose it's just, you know, it's just festive. It doesn't have to be Christmassy, but I will definitely use it for all of winter, but especially right now. Yeah, it's so fun, and it's so well made. I love it so, so much. I love project bags. Okay, so I am making some crochet ornaments, and I am beyond thrilled about how these are going. So, I have been wanting to make ornaments for years now, like literally years. It's kind of always a goal of mine every single season, and I always just completely fail. Either I can't come up with the right design, or you know, I just don't succeed about making somebody else's pattern. I've made them before. I've made a few snowflakes. I made a few like red poinsettia shapes last year, maybe the year before, and they turned out really cute. But I've, you know, still wanted to do my own design, something really simple that I could, like, you know, just use the same pattern and customize and give everybody like a whole set of them. And I finally did it, just kind of on a whim earlier this week, and I am so pumped. So these are my crochet bauble Christmas ornaments, and they are so stinking cute. So they use 2 strands of fingering held together. This red one was my first one, and I used this larger hook. I used a 4.5mm, again, that clover one. I just keep finding excuses to use that one. But I used a 4.5mm hook for this one and decided to go down a size because you could just see the stuffing a little bit more than I wanted you to. I went down to a 4mm for this one, and it is great. I love the gauge. It's a little bit denser, which I think is better in this case. And yeah, it's perfect. So, like I said, 2 strands of yarn held together in the half double crochet stitch. The yarn that I'm using right now is Knit Picks palette. I'm going to be adding some, you can use any 2 strands of finger weight yarn. You could use a worsted, you could use a DK. These are completely customizable. You can absolutely use whatever yarn that you want for these. But I myself am using 2 different colors of palette, and I'm really loving them. So I'm using these 3, red, green, and white. I think they look really beautiful together. I'm going to be adding a blue, maybe a couple of different shades of blue into this palette, and then maybe a yellow too. So, and then my plan is to make a whole bunch of them and give them away as Christmas gifts this year. Maybe like 3 to each person, and they're so quick to make. I'm so excited about this pattern. So, like I said, this is one of my own designs. It is going to be releasing this coming Friday, which is December the 10th, I think. And I'm also going to have a YouTube tutorial go live as well that shows you step by step through the process. So, stay tuned for both of those things. Again, coming Friday. Really, really excited about it. This design has just been a long time coming, and I am really excited to finally have it out to you guys. So, very pumped, very excited. They're so cute, and I cannot wait to make a whole bunch. So, stay tuned for Friday. I hope you're looking forward to it. Like I said, a video tutorial is coming too, so hopefully that will be helpful for you. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm working on a lot of fun things right now, and I'm very grateful for each and every one of them, for each and every one of you for being here and supporting me along the way. It's been really, really special. So, that is it for design talk and all things yarny for this episode. I do have a combination of devotion and life update to talk about, so I hope that you choose to stay here for that. So for today, I'm actually just going to be chatting and kind of combining devotion and life update, because I feel like after a week like the one that I've had, it makes the most sense, and it's the best way to be as encouraging but also as real with you guys as I can. Obviously, some things will stay personal, of course, but I just want to use this as a way to encourage all of y'all. So it has been a very, very hard week. I can honestly say it's probably been one of the hardest weeks of my life. And that sounds dramatic, and it's been a dramatic week. So I suppose that's suitable, but yeah, it's been a very hard week, just in multiple areas. I had a job all lined up that completely fell through. It was a bad situation, but, no harm was done, which I'm very grateful for. But yeah, so that was kind of a hard hit, why did that happen, I guess. And then just personally some other things going on too. And so I just wanted to use it as a way to encourage you, and this is not going to sound encouraging, but I think it's a good reminder for all of us to remember and to recognize that as Christians, we're promised hardships, and we're promised trials, and we're promised hard days and hard situations and hard things to work through. And it's really easy to be discouraged by that. And after this week, lots of questions are in my mind. Why is this happening? If I've waited on a certain season for so long, why does it feel like, it's being joked about in a sense? God does not joke, but, when you're waiting on something for so long and then you think it's here and then it gets shut, it's hard to work through that in a way that's God honoring. And so, even though it can be discouraging to know that you're going to face trials, treat it as a way to lean on Him for strength when you have none. Lean on Him for wisdom when you feel like your wisdom is being tested or it's not there. Lean on Him for understanding when you do not understand what is happening, because we are not required to understand everything. We're not called to be independent. We're not called to have all of the answers. We're not called to know exactly what to do and when to do it. We're called to be dependent on Him through it all and to rely on Him for understanding. And when we do that, He'll reveal what He wants to reveal in His time. And so even, coming from somebody who loves to plan, somebody who likes to know what's going on and when something is going to happen and why something is happening right now. And you know, I'm just that type of person. I like knowing what's going to happen, okay? It's a good and bad trait. It's a good and bad trait. But there's a certain sense of letting go that needs to happen with that, I think. And I have to learn to be confident that his plan is best and that his plan will prevail as long as I keep faith that it will. So I just wanted to encourage you that today, you know, I have no idea what's going on with you. I will be more than welcome. You are more than welcome to share, you know, anything you'd like with me. My email is always open. I'm always here if you need somebody. But I just want to encourage you that no matter what you're going through, whether it's a really good season or whether it's a really hard season, or if it's a season of learning or growth or anything and everything in between, to always lean on him, because he's there for you. And even though it can be hard because he's not, you know, it feels like God isn't physically with us. It can be hard to battle that. He's there spiritually. And when he's there spiritually and you believe it that much, he's there physically too. And so I hope that brought some encouragement today. It's a really fun time of the year, but it can also be a hard time for some people. And so always be encouraging. Always be the kind person that someone needs in their life that day. Yeah. Happy December. Happy December. Happy everything. My goodness, it has been a week, y'all. It has been a week. But it's a new week. It's a new day. And that's exciting in and of itself. So I hope that you have enjoyed this episode. Like I said, I'm working on many, many fun things, and I cannot wait to make all of the things this week. I am hoping to have lots and lots of progress to talk about next week. Like I mentioned earlier, I have almost the entire, I have to work Friday evening, but until then I have almost the entire week off of work, which is crazy, and I'm going to be finishing classes. Hopefully I have one lecture to watch and one final to take and to study for, because I haven't studied yet. But anyway, I'll be doing that this week. Yeah, lots of things happening. It is a busy time of the year, that is for sure. But I hope you're having an absolutely amazing week and that you continue to have one. Please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and then click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future videos and episodes and everything in between. I also have a giveaway running right now, so I'll put the link to that in the description box below. Be sure to enter if you haven't already. It's really fun and exciting, so I encourage you to take a look if you haven't. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy making. Bye!